Sydney, I've always been fascinated when things go wrong on movie sets, like little disasters. Let's go back a few years. Castle Keep. Now, what happened with the sets with that movie?
Oh, you name it, what didn't happen? I mean, the moats froze, so we couldn't get the tanks into them. The castle burnt down. Almost everything that could go wrong went wrong on that one.
As a fairly young director at that time, how do you want to pull your hair out during that production?
Oh yeah, you can't believe it's happening to you. You think these are the kinds of things that you read about. You know, I mean, we started in the winter. It became summer. We didn't have any snow. We had to make fake snow with marble dust. We had to throw flour out of a helicopter, and the helicopter blades blew the flour inside, and the pilot couldn't see where he was going. And I mean, everything went wrong. Just everything.
Well, turning to Sabrina, it looks like it was a pretty smooth production, but little problems. What were the problems with frogs and audio in this movie?
We didn't have little problems. We had big problems. It was starting by the fact that it's a film that takes place, except for the prologue, in a period of 3 days, and those are 3 days in the summer. We started to shoot this picture in January, and you know, that forced us to shoot completely out of continuity, to go and do all of our interior scenes, or what we call cover sets for bad weather, first, so that these very romantic balls that take place out on the lawn on Long Island Sound could happen in the spring when it was warm enough for these poor ladies to wear their off-the-shoulder gowns. Then in the quietest scenes possible, we had thousands of tree frogs. After you know the sound a tree frog makes, but it's a little bit like someone being operated on without anesthesia. It's sort of terrifying. It's like thousands of them, thousands of them. But that's, I don't own the franchise on things going wrong. You talk to any director, they'll tell you the things that go wrong. I mean, movie sets are famous for that. I was once shooting a picture in St. George, Utah, where if the sun doesn't shine, you get your motel money back. And it snowed. It had never snowed ever until that day that I was shooting. And when I was in Africa and out of Africa, there were only 3 rainy seasons of the year. That year there were 5. You know, it's just what happens.
I have this deep interest in movie posters. Love the poster for Sabrina.
It's a nice poster, isn't it?
Yeah. What kind of battles have you seen over the years over movie posters? Have you ever sat down and just had an argument about how a poster should look like?
Oh yeah, we have arguments on this poster. I have arguments on every poster. You know, I mean, we have different jobs. I mean, the idea of a poster for the publicity department is to get people to go see the movie and to tell them everything that's in the movie. Whereas I want it to have an elegance to it in a certain way, and I don't want it to lie about what the picture is. So we battle all the time about what is or isn't elegant and what is or isn't a lie about the picture. And that happens always.
What were some of the alternate versions that they presented for Sabrina?
Too much the end of the picture. Harrison and Julia kissing, Harrison and Julia in each other's arms on a bridge in Paris, which tells the whole story. It's too much, those kinds of things. Everybody's face in it, too busy.
I love the performance you got out of Harrison Ford in this film, because I don't think he ever gets enough credit for his acting and the subtleties that is capable of.
He's a great actor, and I think this is going to be a very underrated performance. People don't understand what that kind of subtle acting is. They always see it when it's boo-hoo or hysteria, but they don't see what he's doing. He's an extraordinary actor.
And one quick question about test screenings. You do a lot of test screenings of films. What kind of changes have you made in your movies as a result of a test screening?
I haven't had test screenings. I don't do them.
How come?
I just don't do them, because then I make their movie and not mine. I haven't done a test screening in 15 years. Not because out of arrogance. I'm just afraid. If I do a test screening, then somebody else will tell me how to make the movie.